Something big is brewing in Calgary in more way than one for the Flames. We all know the trade rumors, especially around Rasmus Andersson, where we hope something is brewing, but there's also something major brewing in the optimism of the youth movement for the franchise. We're going to get into all that more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames, your favorite team. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. And let's talk about last night's game, kind of times two here. Well, one of them was more yesterday afternoon, but there were a couple big games that we need to talk about, of course. And the big one, we care about the Flames the most. This is Flames Digest after all. It was the Battle of Alberta. It was a game for revenge, and the Flames win 3-2 at the Dome. The home crowd goes home happy. The Oilers go home sad. That was needed, obviously, after that kind of drubbing before the holiday break. And look, you could be hardcore 100% on Team Tank. You still love seeing the Flames beat the Oilers. There's no doubting it. You're not going to cheer for the Oilers against the Flames. So I think most Flames fans, pretty much all of them, should have gone home happy last night. But a great 3-2 win. And the Flames social media team here with this graphic did not do the game justice. Yes, this was a beautiful goal by Sharangovich. We're glad he got the snipe, but the spotlight was on Adam Klapka. That is the best game he's played in his NHL career. He really set the tone. It was absolutely amazing to see how well he played. But let's get into the box score real quick here. Dustin Wolf, he also played fantastic, made some huge saves in this game at kind of all points of the game, which is great. Gives up just 2 goals on 31 shots for the .935 save percentage, which is tough against the Oilers, especially when they get those power plays going. As we saw, Sharangovich, he got a goal there. Ryan Lamborghini got a beauty goal where he picked it off and sniped it. He is hot. I think 3 goals in 5 games for him. He is on fire. Blake Coleman gets the decisive goal in this one. Klapka gets just 1 assist, but was honestly involved in everything in this game. He was a +3, as you can see there. And then Backlund and Ball also picking up assists on the night, which was fantastic to see. But again, the spotlight, like I said, Adam Klapka was fantastic. So Fiery Sharky tweeted out, Flames fans reposting Adam Klapka going after Draisaitl all night tonight, which is great. We hate Pissy Leon more than pretty much anyone in the league, and Klapka took care of business, and it was just awesome to see Klapka really being a force to reckon with, I guess physically in this game as well as in other ways. But the win column, boy, were they ever happy with Klapka. Look at this series of tweets. So they say, you can put in the win column, the Flames take the Oilers down 3-2. Adam Klapka was the Flames' best skater tonight, involved in all 3 goals, and Dustin Wolf stood tall. That's so true. Second tweet there, Awu. Gotta give Dustin Wolf his flowers. He played great in this one, kind of saved the game. But look at these next couple. So the win column again says, whatever Adam Klapka did before the game today, he needs to do all the time. That was almost a goal of the year candidate, his setup for Sharangovich and his goal. And then also might be the best game of Klapka's career tonight. My, oh my. And I don't think you can argue that really was the best game of Klapka's career. I can remember a game last year, I believe it was against the Washington Capitals at home, and Klapka was great in that one. He also used his size and his body more than anything, but he used it against the Oilers to essentially win this game. He was the difference in this game, which is something you would never expect. So when it comes to the title of this video, when we're saying something big, you can say it was the big man himself more than anything, as well as, hopefully a trade, something big is brewing, the youth movement, something big is brewing, but we have something big, and boy, was it brewing last night. It went the whole mile. Adam Klapka, what a game, what a win. Fantastic to see for the Flames against their top rival. Now, we also had another game to talk about, which was, of course, Team Canada's game at the World Junior Hockey Championship. So it was another Canadian win, another big game for the Flames prospects at the World Juniors. Cole Reshny scored, while Zane Parekh picked up an assist on the OT game winner in Canada's 2-1 win over Latvia. Not a great game for Canada, but that's okay. We care more about the Flames. And look, Team Canada would not have won this game if it weren't for the Flames prospects. Not only did obviously Reshny get the lone goal in regulation for them, Parekh picks up an assist. Reshny actually won the face-off in overtime that led to the goal. And Zane Parekh, this isn't the best way to be involved in it, but he's the guy who actually got hit in the head, we'll say. It wasn't really a hit to the head, thank goodness for us. We care about Parek's health more than pretty much anything at this tournament, but he's the one who drew the 5-minute major that led to Canada's goal in regulation. So they were involved all over the place, much needed. Reshny looked so great after not being all that involved in the first game against Czechia. So here we go again. More stats here from Flames prospects. So Canada wins 2-1 over Latvia. Parek had 1 assist, 4 shots on goal, over 23 minutes in ice time. Actually led Team Canada, which is great. We hope he can be relied upon for both Team Canada and the Flames one day. Reshny gets a goal. He was 9 of 13 on faceoffs, which is great. 2 shots over 11 minutes, which is really, really great. I'm so glad he obviously had a much better game today. Reshny also won the ozone draw in OT, leading to the game winner. So while he didn't get an assist on that play, he was still obviously involved, got the big win, because Team Canada, they weren't good at faceoffs. They're just like, the Calgary Flames in a way. So good that obviously Reshny got it done yesterday, which is fantastic. And one last thing to take note of from this game is that Reshny, he scored obviously in this game, and it was assisted by McKenna. So CMP Dave here tweeted out that McKenna loves playing with Reshny, by the way. So hopefully the stars can align and that can happen in the future at the NHL level in Calgary as well. But it has been very exciting, even though it wasn't, a great game like the other one was against Czechia. This was super, super exciting. So glad the Flames prospects once again did quite well and were very much involved in the outcome of this game. Now, what else is brewing? Of course, we hope a Rasmus Andersson trade, and that's why I got to make this Razz LOL, because look, every day we could do an update on just Rasmus Andersson rumors, so I'll keep it short and to the point. The first one we'll look at is from Pierre Lebrun. So he was talking about Andersson and the Vegas Golden Knights. He said it came pretty close to happening in June. Vegas would have to find a new way to entice the Flames, as the Knights have traded away some of the players who were in the June trade discussion, such as Nicholas Hague. And that was a name that obviously was involved in Flames trade rumors throughout the summer, or at least in the early summer. And yeah, I'm not too sure how I feel about Andersson to Vegas. It could work. It's been rumored that he'd be willing to sign there. He could play with his old deep pairing buddy and Noah Hannafin, but I don't know. I don't know if Vegas makes sense. I think the only reason we trade to Vegas is to try and stop Edmonton this year again. So I don't know. It's overall interesting, the Razz to Vegas. The other thing here is just a snippet from an article. So it comes from NHL Rumors. They say Rasmus Andersson may be gone no matter how well the Flames are playing. So David Pagnotta was talking about the Flames' recent success, and defenseman Rasmus Andersson is likely gone no matter what. So here is the quote from Pagnotta. He said, "They have a potential race, multi-team race for a guy like Kadri. I still don't think we're there. Like I mentioned earlier, I think you want to see the team still want to see where they're at." What are we? Okay, it's a transcription. I don't know what that sentence was supposed to mean. So are these the real Flames, or was it the ones in the first quarter of the season? Which are we? And once that determination is made, that will dictate what direction they're going to go in. I still believe Rasmus Andersson will be moved at some point, regardless of the direction of the team. But the other guys, I think that's where it's going to come into play. If they continue this pace, they probably hold fort outside of Andersson. If they don't, if they get back to how they were in the first bit of the season, then I think it's open for business. So essentially what Pagnotta is saying here is Rasmus Andersson is gone no matter what. It doesn't matter if the Flames are going to go win the cup or are going to tank and get the first overall pick. Andersson will be gone, which is interesting. I mean, I feel like if the Flames are really pick up heat, maybe they will hang on to Andersson and re-sign him, as much as I don't want that to happen. I love Razz so much. I genuinely do, but it just makes sense for the franchise. But if the Flames are kind of in that playoff hunt, then we'll definitely see, Kadri, Coleman, and others stick around. So overall, a good report there from Mr. Pagnotta. Now, let's get into the comment of the day. This is the biggest thing brewing in Calgary lately, but it comes from yesterday's video, of course, which was centered around Zane Parek, and it came from Draco. Draco said, "Love the player and love to see the kid coming into his own. It bothered me hearing everyone call him a bust, but I also understand because he was just simply not performing. But the kid is 19 years old playing in the NHL, so patience and a little bit of moving around was always the answer. I love it." And everyone is happy for Parek. Hopefully he can, build off of that Czechia performance. He wasn't bad in the Latvia game, but more so like he was in the Czechia game, and really go crazy for the rest of this tournament into the NHL as well. But if you've given up on a 19-year-old, then I don't know. I don't think you're a true Flames fan. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to what you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.